Angel Monday. It's the 27th of June, and this is your reading for the week ahead from the angels from the 27th of June all the way up until the 4th of July. So I've got a couple of decks of cards out to use for you, and we're also going to talk about how to trust and not override or ignore your intuition, because it's something that I notice a lot of people doing. And it's very easy to look back and say, I wish I'd listened to that little voice that told me not to do such and such, or to say yes instead of no, or no instead of yes. But there's a lot of wisdom in looking back at those times when perhaps you've overridden what your intuition has told you. And the reason we override is because of fear. It's either fear of offending someone, fear that we might be wrong, fear that we're not perfect. Sometimes we feel like we should do something instead of actually listening to what the intuition is telling you to do or not to do. So I think that's a really important thing if you're really, especially if you're making big decisions. We're making decisions all the time. And you get that feeling that you're off your life path. You get that feeling that you're not where you're meant to be, or that you keep hitting the same dramas, the same struggles, the same problems over and over again. And you have this inner conflict going. And the inner conflict is between your ego, fear mind, and your intuition, your soul. And your angels, I always say this, the angels use your intuition to speak to you. So they speak to you through those true, honest, authentic feelings, thoughts, ideas, visions that you get that are actually showing you what's right for you, your highest good. And your fear mind is always arguing with that. And we tend to listen more to the fear mind when you're untrained in your intuition, because your fear mind is louder. And it kind of threatens you with things. Oh, you won't be liked, you'll upset someone, you might appear that you're doing something out of the ordinary and you'll be judged. Or what if you get it wrong? What if you take the wrong path? And, ironically, it steers you on the path of fear by threatening you that you might make a mistake. But it actually ends up causing you to make a mistake. So if you're a person that tends to listen to the shoulds rather than what your clear intuition is telling you, and sometimes your intuition doesn't appear logical, and that can be difficult to trust what your intuition is telling you when maybe other people in your life are telling you the opposite. You've got to go with what's right and what's true for you. And it takes practice and it takes wisdom, because sometimes we don't realize it's our intuition, and we accuse our intuition of being our ego. We're like, that's putting myself first, and that's selfish to make that decision. But it's only a judgment that makes it selfish. Your intuition is guiding you to your highest good. So has that happened to you, where you have perhaps not trusted your intuition, and you've shoulded yourself into doing or not doing something that you look back on and you go, oh, I wish I'd listened. I wish I'd listened to what my intuition was telling me. So as you think on that, I'm going to write an article about this a little bit later. Well, I've almost written it, but I'm going to publish my article on intuition a little bit later. Who's here? Hi, Emmy. So lovely to connect with you. Hi, Rosalie and Jessica. Natalie, yay, hi. Leah. Hi, Catherine. Good morning, Lindell, Tarika and Robin. Lovely to see you. Did you come to the masterclass last week? That's still available on the replay if you haven't seen it. And even if you came to one of them, the other one is very different. So you might want to watch the second version of it. All right, so this week we're working with our angels and asking them what we most need to know this week, and asking them to guide us through our intuition to our highest good, what is meant for us. Because whilst there's lots of shiny, sparkly things in the world, not everything is exactly right for you. There's a clear path that is your guided path. And when we ask the angels to intervene and to give us our guidance, they steer us on that path that is for our highest good, and they help us to know what it is, to see what it is, to know what steps that we need to take, but also to get the feeling that it's right. You know, sometimes your intuition has to really get loud to let you know that something isn't right. And sometimes we've got to live and learn. We've got to live through those mistakes. There's no shame in any of it if you go off path, because we all do. And when you get steered back onto your path, then you come back with this hard-earned wisdom that you couldn't have possibly read in a book or learn any other way. So sometimes we have to be grateful because we get something from that. So I'm going to call in Archangel Michael and ask for his guidance for you this week. I'm still feeling that real intensity of energy around at the moment, and it's quite, you know, it's quite rough out there in the collective. So sometimes how you're feeling might be really influenced by what you're feeling from the collective energy, especially if you're deeply empathic and intuitive. So how about we just call in Archangel Michael and take a moment to just release and let go of anything that you are holding in your energy field, in your body and in your mind that isn't you, because that can really interfere with your intuition as well. So take a big deep breath now, and Archangel Michael, I ask for your presence with everybody who is watching, and I ask for you to clear away and transmute any energies that we're holding of fear, any lower energies, any emotions, thoughts, fears even, that are holding us away from our divine life purpose, from our divine path, and the highest good in all ways. And anything that is knocking us off balance, that's making us feel unwell or uncertain or fearful or stressed, please transmute that to the light. And help bring peace and balance, harmony and equality to each of us in our lives and on the earth in general. And just take a big deep breath and imagine releasing from your energy field in your body anything that is a lower energy, and any fear, dark energy, negative energy that you might have picked up, gathered in your field, that you're now ready to release. And it could have been yours, it might be your own fear, it might have been from scrolling online or connecting with someone who's carrying pain, or even someone that's carrying negative intentions. And so you don't have to hold that, and you don't have to process that yourself. You can release it to the angels. And now I'm seeing you surrounded with this beautiful beaming light, and that's helping you to shine your light into the world and connect with your intuition. So thank you, Archangel Michael, for your guidance, your protection and healing, and thank you for giving us what we most need to know this week. What is it that we most need to know for our highest good? All right, so I'm using Archangel Para Tarot. If someone asks me every week which cards I'm using, Archangel Para Tarot. There we go. Thank you, Archangel Michael. So I'm going to pull 4 cards. 4-card reading is so lovely because it gives us clear direction. It shows us what we most need to know and what's blocking us as well. Hi, Kenneth. Hi, lovely to see you. Seeing who is here. And then we're going to pull an extra bonus card. Thank you, Archangel Michael. And again, I'm really feeling Archangel Metatron stepping in with these beautiful unicorn cards from Diana Cooper. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, so we've got 2 major arcana cards, and I'm going to start with those. So we've got number 18, which is the moon. Now look at this gorgeous, beautiful card. Now the moon and Archangel Haniel are very much the divine feminine, around the divine feminine vibration. And Archangel Haniel really helps you with understanding the feminine within you. So you don't have to be a woman to have divine feminine energy, because we've both got a balance of divine masculine and feminine. And feminine is the nurturer, is the intuitive, is the receptive, and it's it's showing you that this is coming back into balance, and it's needed to come back into balance, to tune in to the divine feminine energies within you to find out what they most need. But also, in light of what's going on around the world at the moment, I'm feeling that this is a strong message from the angels to tap into that loving compassion and to stand up for the divine feminine as well. Call in that energy into your own life to bring balance, right? Where can you be more receptive? Where can you be more trusting of your intuition? Because Haniel really helps us with our third eye and with listening to your body about what to do, not just blindly taking action, but listening to your strong emotions and your feelings and thoughts and taking action on them. So sometimes under the full moon, we can feel like everything is blown up and magnified. And that's it. That's a good thing, right? Because it helps us to see what we most need to see. We see the darkness. We see what's wrong. We see where we might be making a mistake and what we might be missing, what is hidden. And that can be physically, spiritually, emotionally, in the world and in our own lives. So this is bringing your attention to your intuition and asking you to take note, take stock of what needs to be eliminated and cleared. But also what shows up that's a deep desire. That's a deep desire for you. So I really love that we got that. I always cover the words because I like to see what the picture tells me. So we've got a beautiful little animal there reminding us to connect with our animal messengers and also the animals of the world, that because they show us very clearly, they speak their truth, they show us what they need. And also with nature, and we've got a raccoon there as well, and these two towers. So it's really gorgeous, beautiful card, and it's reminding you what's important. The block card, okay, this is so interesting. This is Archangel Raphael. So Raphael is the angel of healing, and it's the Lovers card. So we've got Archangel Raphael standing on a kind of a mound or a rock there, and he's watching over the two lovers, the masculine and the feminine together. Divine masculine, divine feminine doesn't mean it has to be binary. And this, oh God, that just reminds me so much of Glastonbury, that kind of misty, gorgeous scenery. Look at that. So as the blocked energy here, it could be saying that, you know, you need to commit to something. You really need to tune into what your heart is telling you to do, and showing you that there is a need for healing. There's something that needs to be healed or cleared from your life, but you're not paying attention to it. You're getting caught up in drama, in the illusion, and it's time for you to really look within about what needs to be cleared and healed. So it's very much reiterating what Haniel says. Now, Raphael, like Haniel, also helps us with our clairvoyance, with our third eye, seeing what we most need to see. So don't ignore the red flags. Don't ignore what your intuition is telling you. And know the difference between when your fear is speaking and you're getting sucked into drama, rather than what feels like truth to you and what feels right and real for you. Another Archangel Raphael card is the guidance card. I love this. Look at this. There's a bridge. It's the 8. 8s are about abundance. It's showing that you're about to take an important step in your life. It's making a decision that is trusting your heart. I'm just looking at that 5th card that I pulled because that's the message of that one. Trusting your heart and knowing that you're supported and taken care of. See, the little dog is now following the person as she goes across the bridge to something that's waiting for her on the other side. There's something amazing, something better waiting for you, but you need to cross a bridge, and crossing a bridge isn't always easy. There might be fear involved. It means making an effort, right? It's shifting something. So maybe you've got to shift your sense of lack and scarcity and believe in abundance. Trust that the universe has your back. Trust that the angels are guiding you and will support you when you take a leap of faith, when you walk across the bridge towards the thing that you most want. So this isn't, there's a sense of hesitation of like, oh, do I really want to do this? And that's because that's important. Sometimes we can really justify ourselves into staying stuck, but it's worth the journey to go across the bridge. What does that mean for you? You know, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think, I've got to take action, I've got to move forward, I've got to make a shift? And this is a significant shift, something that is actually going to change your life. So if you've been thinking about writing the book, or you've been thinking about starting the business, or you've been thinking about taking the program, the course, then now is the time. Don't wait. And then we've got the Page of Gabrielle. So this one, incidentally, the angels are talking to me about drama a lot today, about not getting caught up in drama and being distracted from your path and not believing your negative fear thoughts. So sometimes your negative thoughts will tell you can't do that because. And this is telling you that you can. Now look at the difference in the energy here. We've come into the Page of Gabrielle. Now Gabrielle, Archangel Gabrielle, standing in the background, and we've got this figure in the front holding a light. There's a lot of light and brightness. It's showing you where you're going. You're always going to be guided, right? The light's there. It might seem like you're walking into the unknown, but that's the point, right? If we keep doing what we've always done, we keep getting what we always got. It's not going to change. You'll wake up another 6 months or 6 weeks or 6 days from now and go, oh, it's the same. I'm still feeling the same. Why aren't I feeling that fulfillment I really want? Because you haven't crossed the bridge. So this is about following your passions, stepping out of your comfort zone and trusting that your angels and guides have got you. Your soul has got you. Right? You're being protected and you'll be guided every step of the way. And the other card that I pulled from the glorious unicorn cards is listen to your heart. It also says awaken your psychic abilities and tune into the infinite presence of the divine. And we've got a beautiful wise old unicorn here. He looks elderly, and there's the tree of life. And we've got a serpent wrapped around the tree of life, which represents transformation and change, right? Shedding your skin, healing as well. We've got a rainbow, which signifies Archangel Raziel, who helps us to understand ourselves spiritually and our chakras, understanding how we connect to the light. And, you know, I think this whole reading is about tuning in psychically and using your spiritual gifts to change things. So instead of seeing everything that is wrong, think about, okay, angels, show me how to change it. Visualize what you want. Take steps that affirm what you want rather than what you no longer want. Okay, gorgeous. I love it so much. I love those cards. I feel so honored to be able to bring the angels messages through. Like, it's just such a special thing. But, you know, everybody has psychic ability. Everybody has an intuitive ability. Everybody can connect to their angels and get messages. Gabrielle, you're really speaking to my soul right now. My angels guided me here for you to tell me to get started and stop holding myself back. That's it. Perfectly said. Yes. Eights. Yeah, eights mean the divine is the source of abundance. And if we always worry about what's in our bank account, that's it. That's all I've got. I can't use any. Then we limit the universe, right? I'm not saying go overdrawn or anything, but we have to trust that there is unlimited abundance, and energy needs to be moved and shifted and processed. It doesn't benefit from hoarding or stagnating. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, listen to your body too, because your body is a vehicle, as an energetic tool. You know this already, because if you've ever felt drained, if you've ever walked into a room and felt an instant reaction, if you've ever, I was thinking this morning, because I'm writing today, I was thinking about last year, I was thinking about moving to this town, and I had to go and spend 6 weeks there and take my computer so I could work while I was looking for housing, for somewhere to live. And the place where I stayed, the minute I walked in there, I had a bodily reaction that wasn't a good one. And, you know, there was a part of me that was like, I've just paid thousands for this and I've got to stay here. And I mean, it was awful. And I just moved out the next day and went to a hotel. And then a few days later, I thought, well, I might just go back and see how it feels, and I'll pack my bags and I'll move out, either move back in or move out completely. Went back, absolutely needed to vomit, cried. I had big red rings under my eyes after just being in there a very short time. I had to get out. Had to get out. Didn't matter about the money. Didn't matter. I just had to get out. My body told me. And at the same time, I felt very weird. Like my psychic senses were all over the place. Couldn't tune into why I felt like that. I just had to get out. That was the message. So I got out and I went and stayed in a service apartments, and I didn't get a refund for my Airbnb, but you know, the universe is the source of my good, and that money came back to me eventually. It's all fine. But then later on, I found out from a local person, I won't say too much because it's privileged information, that apartment was built on some sacred land where something bad had happened, where, you know, the building, the people that built it, the people that gave permission to build it, disrespected the wishes of the traditional owners. And I knew exactly that's what had happened to me, that I could feel that I wasn't supposed to be there. And I got out, and that my body told me that. Nothing in my mind, because I didn't know the reason. I found out maybe 4 weeks later actually, the real reason why I couldn't stay there. And, you know, people said to me when I sort of spoke to friends and family, they were like, oh, just put up with it. Like, you're being a bit precious. You know, you've wasted all that money and all that kind of thing. And no matter what I did, I couldn't have stayed there anyway. I would have been very, very unwell. So, you know, we have to listen to our bodies. And the more we tune into what our intuition is saying to us, and we understand how our intuition communicates with us, the clearer those messages will be. And the more easily you'll follow them, and you won't spend years and years putting up with things that aren't right for you, just because you want to please people, because of the money, because of will people think of me, or what you think of yourself, or because of some kind of, you know, perfectionism kind of syndrome that we all have, you know. Have you ever finished a book that you absolutely despised about halfway through? You thought, I can't stand this book, it's boring, or I don't like it, and you just kept reading it because you think you should? Or you ate something because someone put it in front of you and you didn't want to be impolite, and then it made you unwell, or you knew it wasn't right for you because you thought you should. Your intuition is talking to you all the time. And when it gets past having to talk to you about the little things that you're wasting your time and energy on, if you waste your time constantly doing things that override your intuition, it then can get really clear about the bigger things that you're trying to make decisions on, whether it's, you know, the job that you want to take, or the job you want to leave, the relationship you want, or the relationship you want to leave, how to get where you're going, the business you want to start, how to do it. The how isn't up to us. We put off so many things because we think we should know how first. The how comes to you when you make the decision. And that's, you know, the Lovers card is about making big decisions, and that one's in the block position at the moment. It's about making the right decision for you. So it's time for you to make those decisions. Now, if you're interested in really developing your intuition, clearing the blocks that are sabotaging your life, and getting that clear guidance, I can help you to do that in the next 4 weeks with my Awaken Your Soul Gifts program. We start on July the 5th, and it's a 4-week online live talk program. And there are 4 sessions, but I run 2 a week. One for the American and Canadian people, and one for the European and the Australian people. So you never need to miss, and you get the replays as well. And you also get healing session. There's so much in that program, but it's a fundamental, foundational, intuitive psychic development program that will really open up all of your gifts. So that starts July 5th. At the moment, it closes tonight. I've got a really long-term, a 12-month payment plan that you can jump into, which means you could start it for $157 Australian, which is about, I don't know what it is, American, about 80, I think, dollars. There's a payment plan, there's pay in full. If you're paying full, you can get a reading with me. There's still time to join. So if you're interested in that, the link is I'm just going to put it in the comments now. Also, Angels at Uluru is going ahead October 20th to the 24th, and I've got 2 places left on it. So it's a small retreat with only 8 people coming. We're doing it out at Uluru, October 20th, and I've only got 2 rooms and 2 places left. So if you want to come, you need to let me know really, really soon. So let me know if you're interested in Angels at Uluru as well. There's no link for Angels at Uluru because I don't need a sales page because it's almost booked out. Here's the link in the comments right now for Awaken Your Soul Gifts. If you want to join me, we start next week. You're so welcome, Gabrielle. Thank you for being here. Hi, Anne. Thank you for being here too. Thanks, Kenneth. You're an angel. Yeah, 888s. So I'm going to go live in 30 minutes on Instagram with this reading. I just want to show you that gorgeous cardigan. I want to leave you with that one. Look how beautiful that is. And I do this every Monday, so come and join me every Monday. And if you want to jump on that program with me, you'll get loads of support, loads of mentoring, and you'll love every minute of it. And I will see you next week. Angel blessings.